Okay, let me know if that's better. Is that any better? Video, audio, better now? If it is, bypassing OBS, which I tried last week, seems I fixed it. It looks better on my side. Can you let me know, please, if the video and audio is better now? Do not need that. Just someone please let me know if you're in chat if the video and audio is better. It looks clearer on my side. So I'm going to struggle a little bit to see video because I'm going to be on the other side. So I'm going to switch over cameras because I'm going to be working on this belt printer. But before I do so, I want to verify everything's working though. If somebody can give me some feedback. Ignore that sound alert stuff. Ignore that. I haven't disabled it. I haven't got around to it. But if somebody tell me the video is good and the audio is good, please. It looks fine on StreamYard. Looks great for 90s garage rave. Just missing a That's funny. I like that. Hey, Chris. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit of work on the belt printer. I'm going to switch cameras over to the close-up. But before I do, this coming Sunday morning, which is where I often do my live streams, I'm doing a live stream of a new printer unboxing. Problem is, I need to figure out how to make it fit because my table, it may fill most of my table. I can show you the box. It's heavy, so I'm not going to lift. Well, I might lift it. Let me hold on 1 second. Sorry, that was me hitting camera. I need to move this chair. So to print the box is waist high. It's about 1/2 meter tall, the boxes. I lift it up briefly, but this thing is monstrous. Okay, so this is a box of the printer I'll be unboxing this weekend. This thing is huge. Look at the size of this thing. Very descriptive. It just says 3D printer on the side. It's a 500 by 500 by 600 on Z printer. And we'll build it this weekend, this Sunday morning, coming up. So I need to slide this. I'm not lifting that again. I'm going to get a hernia from that thing. Let me slide it out of the way. 1 second. I need to sleep after that. The thing is heavy. It's huge. Other proxy, she's lying to you. Sorry. I can't resist. I always say, especially when it comes to 3D printers and telescopes, size actually matters. So this table here, I don't have my tape with me, do I? I don't. So it's going to consume the vast majority of this table. So a 500 by 500 by 600 on Z. And we're going to put it together this Sunday and see how it goes. So that'll be fun. So let me switch the cameras over. I'm going to be working on the back of this. Actually, that camera might work. If I spin it around here, you might see. So what I've done is I cut a hole here in the casing to run my cables out to run up to my extruder. And there's some cables I will have to send. No, no, it won't fit on your table. If you slide your other table up to it, I don't have another table this like this side because this table I handmade, so I don't have another one this of similar dimensions. So I'm going to be working over here off screen, but you can see it. So I need this is my Z cable. Z will not be needed in a belt printer. There's no Z, or the Z motor will have to be extended. Sorry, so the Z motor I'll have to extend, and it has to go down. It has to go. You tilt this down. That's better. So the Z motor cable will have to go all the way down to here, right just below this leg down here. This is where the stepper motor is. I can show you better that way. Stepper motor is right here. So that I'll have to extend. This is my a belt printer, and there's a kit called a TIGTAK, TIGTAK, and they're beta testing it. So I'm beta testing it, and this printer is a conversion from an Ender 3 into a belt printer. So let me turn it right way up, and you can see what it looks like on the when it's oriented correctly. I need to be careful with all these cables here. Just give me a moment to move some stuff around. Tidy them up out of the way so they don't get snagged. Just one moment, guys. Just give me a second to move these cables. I do not want them to get caught when I flip it over on its end. So this is what the printer will look like. The cable there, so I just have to be careful with that. So this is a belt printer. This used to be an Ender 3. You've heard of them, okay? Yeah, I have a conversion kit as well for my belt printer. And so the pin, well, not so much. I have most of the work done on it. I'm going to be doing a little bit of cabling, and figure out what I need to change and what I need to extend. Like some of the ribbon cables that are already for the stepper motors, I can just let me put the camera up so I can get back in frame. So some of the stepper motor cables will work. There's one or two I need to change. So this one fits, which I have to cut holes out to make it fit, but it works. The Z cable, I know I have to extend because it needs to go all the way over to the front corner here. Actually, let me tilt that camera down so you can see it better. A little bit. So the Z stepper will have to run all the way over because the motor is mounted just underneath this, just in here. So I have to extend that cable. I have the bed wires already here extended. I'll just put them together, solder them, and then heat shrink them. There's one or two of the ribbons for one of the steppers. If I need to extend that, I have 22 gauge wire, really light wire, silicone wire. I could just cut that ribbon in the center and split them apart and extend it, and then just heat shrink them on both sides, and that'll give me the distance I need because I don't have a cable. So I can do stuff like that. The screen is small, but I could probably mount the screen on the side here. Or if I could find a longer ribbon cable, I can. I don't have one, but I could always make up a cable if I needed to extend the ribbon to mount the screen on the side over here. But it will fit as is to be mounted roughly here. I can mount the screen right here. But there are a few wires that do need to be extended. But as a belt printer, as it's set up right now, everything moves. Need to get a better grip of it because there's no real grip. So it does move. Watch. It's stiff. I probably have to adjust the tension on it. Guess you didn't change the add setting. Oh, sorry. I need to figure out how to do that. Settings. Is it in the stream setting? Let me see. VOD. Always publish. Add category to educate. Just give me a second. Let me have a quick look. Permission, raise, drops. That's not what I want. Social links, no. It's not moderation. Content. I'm not sure where it is in the ads. Let me see if I can turn off ads over here. No, that's turning on ads. I don't want to turn on ads. Let's see. Goddess of D's. Hi, how are you? I'm not actually doing a hangout. No, I'm just doing a bit of work in the printer and decided to do it live. And don't worry, Matt, there's no giveaways. I need to figure out where I have to set the ads in here. It's been a while since I went in there. It's probably under here, is my guess. Ad previewing. Community support ads. Okay. I've turned off pre-enroll ads, pre-enroll notifications, stream display ads. Disable. I've turned them off now. I think I've turned them off. Let me know. And that was just for the stream display ads. I think I've turned those off because I don't make any money on ads really. I think total I've made about $3. They are set up though to do ads at a time. So let's see how that goes. I thought I was watching a different channel and your ads was showing under the video. I don't know. I'm doing good. So I'm just trying to figure out some of this the wiring on this printer, what I need to extend. As I said, I have the extruder set up now. It seems to be okay. Like the extruder motor, the motor for this for my y-axis will need to be extended because this motor controls my y-axis motion. Hey, Tech Dad, how are you? So I need to extend a cable for the y-axis because it's way too short. This is a Z. This is my X end stop that I have yet to set up. I have to print a bracket for that. The y-axis cable is only this long, and I need to extend it all the way over here. So, well, that's the Y end stop. Sorry, that's not the Y cable. Sorry, hold on 1 second, guys. Let me mute you for seconds. I'm sorry. I got a call coming. Sorry, guys. Phone call. Forgive me. Planning stuff for astronomy is what that was all about. So, all right. So we have some of the cables are organized. Another thing I need to do is I need to design the part that goes on here that acts as a blade. So when the parts come off the belt, it actually scoops the part off and drops them down in front. And I don't have one, and it's not. I don't believe it's in the core design. So I just need to design the part that I can bolt on here in the front, because there's a gap here for it. Hey, Milan. Hi, I'm Milan. How are you? So there's a gap here for that, so I can design one easily enough, bolt it on, and it just acts as a scoop, just to scrape stuff off the bed as I go. So let me turn this back on edge, and I'm going to figure out what else I need to do with the cabling on this. But I will not be working on that this weekend because I have to do some work on cabling. But I will be working on that big printer. For those who didn't see it already, I am actually there's one on Thingiverse already for this machine. I'll have to go look it up if there is. It says me having to design it. But this Sunday morning, I'm going to be unboxing and setting up a 500 by 500 by 600 printer this weekend. I can show you the box again. I'm not going to lift it this time because it's just way too heavy. So this is the printer. The box is waist height. Let me slide this out of the way so you can see it a bit better. That's the printer. And I'll be unboxing that one this coming weekend on Sunday morning. It's a monster. So it's a 500 by 500 by 600. 600 is a Z. How's the other kind of broken belt printer? This one, I'm going to get this working. More work, less talk. I put in way too much work on this belt printer already. But I'm getting close to it. But before I finish it though, I might actually change the main board on it. It doesn't have a silent board built in, and I may just change it to a silent board. They cost me what, $45 for a silent board, so I might buy a silent board for it. The board it's in is okay, but if this is going to be droning on for weeks and end with a large spool of filament attached to it, I don't want this making noise. So let me swing this around so you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to be at the side. So I figured out I don't need a Z cable, and this is my Y end stop, which I will have to extend. So I have to extend this cable to make it longer, and I might just put in 2 wires inside it, and then add wires to it, and then just splice them together, just extend it. And I do need to take the Z I will not be using, and the Y cable, I will have to extend the Y cable because the Y cable and the Z cable, so the Z cable needs to come all the way over to this corner, down here, down below here. And the Y-axis cable needs to run all the way up along the top and then over to this Y-axis motor all the way back over here. So that's a long extension, and I don't have a cable that's long. It's long enough for that, so I will have to extend that one. And I haven't printed the cover for this yet, but the cover for this that goes over the main board doesn't have an opening for a fan, so I'm going to have to cut out an opening for a fan and mount, so I can mount the fan in there to keep the board cool, because there's no opening in there right now. But it's looking like a printer now, right? It's starting to look like a printer, minus the electrical work to be done. It's actually starting to shape up finally. Hey, Free, how are you? But yeah, I'll probably, all going well, once I extend those cables, within a week, other than firmer, I can have it working. I can have a working machine in probably a week. And it does have a drawer, which I have filled with stuff over here to keep it tidy temporarily. But it does have a tool drawer or whatever you want, that goes in nice and tidy here in the front. And you could even use a tool drawer as a holder. I guess stuff gets knocked off the belt because it lands in the drawer if you wanted to. But we're getting there, guys. Slowly, but we're getting there. Well, I will tell you one thing. There's a lot of work that this design needs. Let me tilt my camera back up. The design of it has now, and the STLs are free, but also and as of last week, because of myself and Jerry badgering them, they actually released the CAD files for this whole design. So the CAD files are now on the GitHub, so you can go get they've released the step files, so you can import the step files in and modify them in whatever software you use for CAD. But they have now released them, so any design change you want to do now, you can do. And there are a few things I had to modify, and Jerry had to modify. Would I say it's ready for prime time? No. They have to add new cables, like our cable extenders. They have to add end stop mounts for the x-axis and the y-axis, and they don't have those. And I have to design something quickly for them. I have to figure out how I want to set it up yet. They are short in some of the bolts and nuts needed. They are not collecting dust. They're not on right now because I'm on here. They are often very, very busy. I was printing on them. I was printing them this morning. But yeah, this machine needs a lot of work. And you think that's going to drive you nuts? I'm about to add another 500. I'm going to add another printer that's bigger than all of these put together. My largest printer I have today is the Ender 5 Plus, which is a 350 by 350 by 400. On Sunday morning, I'll be unboxing and setting up a 500 by 500 by 600 printer. I'll be setting it up Sunday morning live. So we'll do a live unboxing Sunday morning for a monstrous printer. I don't want to do senseless homing. I'd rather an end stop. I'd rather a mechanical switch or an optical switch, but I'd rather a switch. Senseless homing is good and bad. There's good points to it and there's bad points to it, and I don't want senseless homing. And I'll have to compile my own firmware for this, but I'll also have to go in and I'll have to make sure that I set it up so there's no Z end stop, because you don't want it to home on Z. I'm not doing it now. No, it's probably scheduled. I've planned it for already. For Corix, what are your plans for that big printer? Well, it depends on how well it works. If it works well enough, I've been planning for a while to do a full-size R2D2, and I have the files for it already. So what I was going to do is, if I got a printer big enough, and I could have done it in a smaller printer than cut it up, but I'd rather print them as one piece because it makes it structurally stronger instead of gluing it together. So that bigger machine will probably end up at some point being used for my R2D2 build once I get started on that. And also, when I'm doing Toys for Tots this year, the big printer will help because I can put more items on the build surface and hit go and just keep printing. But given its size, I'd have to build a box for it to sit on to raise it off the floor, because it'll still be a floor printer, but it'll only be about 4 inches off the floor is what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to set it on the floor. It's just too big a machine. So maybe I have to figure out where to put it yet, but it will be on the floor somewhere. I don't have anywhere else to put it. Mechanical wire. Hey, how are you? Let's see what's going on over here. Stream manager. So yeah, that's my plan for that big machine. So I will be able to do a full-size R2D2 print on that one. And I'm going to do the mechanical part. It's going to take time because a full-size R2D2 takes a lot of time, takes a lot of money. So that'll be done slowly. 500 by 500 by 600. So it's a half meter by half meter by a little bit more than half meter by 600 millimeters in Z. Yeah, that's good. That's good. What I'm going to build live Sunday morning my time. That'll be 11 a.m. US Eastern. And at the end of the stream, I'll be giving away a bottle of resin as well. So yeah, it's a monster of a machine. The box is waist high. The box is up to here on me. Just the box is that high. And it is a bed slinger. So you won't be printing fast in it, but my first thoughts on that would be, if you want to use the principally in large, don't print fast. Just put a big nozzle on it. Put in go from a 0.4 to a 0.8 millimeter nozzle, and I have 0.8 millimeter nozzles. So, let me see if it says about the weight on the outside of the box. I have to peel off some labels. Give me a second, guys. The net weight in kilos. Of course, it's buried under the label. Of course. Sorry, 1 second, guys. I have to peel off this label. That's why I'm off screen, because I have it over here to the side. And in kilos, that can't be right. It says 52 kilos. Or 15, sorry. 15.2 kilos. That's 33 pounds. That seems light. And I don't think it's that heavy. It's more bulky. Yeah, I wouldn't go 1 millimeter on a standard hot end. I'd have to change. If I was going to go to a 1 millimeter nozzle on something like that, which I would be willing, which I have actually, I would only do it if, actually, I'd have to change it over to a Volcano hot end is what I'd do. Sean Low, what does that mean? Yeah, it's mostly a frame. It's like the machine is like it's like a CR10 style design. So it's going to be big, but it's like even the box. It's not super heavy. It's more clumsy the way you have to lift the box because it's so wide. Because it's dimensioned. Oh, sound. Okay. I don't know what the sound is. Sound is not low coming out my end, but typically Twitch is lower volume. Let me go check, see if I can change any settings here to see if I can fix that, help that. Automatically set volume. If I turn that off, I can up my volume. Is that better? I turn off the auto setting. It's still just 2020. The bed needs to yeah. This one has a control box in the center, if I remember correctly. It's got a control box down in the center, a bit like the CR and the Inner 5 type of setup, but it is a bed singer, I believe. Yeah, it is a bed singer. Yeah. So and it's from a company. I don't know if you've heard of them. The company's called Creasee, Creasee, and that's their machine. And it's a fairly new machine. They had actually shipped some to Amazon from China. It took 4 months to get it here. It didn't arrive till after Christmas, and then Amazon lost the pallet. The pallet of printers, 30 printers gone. So they they got another batch over, and they arrived, and that's how I got one. I should have got one last year. That's a lightweight. Well, okay, you're talking about a larger machine, right? Come on, a 200-pound machine, and yeah, we're not even speaking the same class here, Upsmaker. Oh, well, yeah, it does, but it's, as I said, it's not heavy. It's all 2040 extrusion, you know. I turned off the ads. You cannot fully disable them. I already did turn them off. Let me go back in here and look. I can only allow subscribers to ad-free viewing. Not subscribe to, yeah, so I cannot turn off all ads that I can see. I can't see it. A way to turn off all ads. You cannot disable them. That's how they make their money. Yeah, I'll look at the ad settings again, but I don't believe you can turn them off. The only way to shut down ads is for you to subscribe to the channel. That's the only way to completely kill them on Twitch. So if you want to, if you're an Amazon Prime user, you have an Amazon Prime account, you can use your Amazon Prime Gaming to subscribe to the channel, and then ads disappear. You don't get any more ads anymore. Not during once you're in the stream, you don't get any ads. I don't think there's a way around it. I changed the ads. I turned off some settings. But I don't think I can bypass them altogether. Let me see here. Subscribing. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. Disable pre-roll ads when one 30 seconds ad break. Let me see if I can adjust this. Oh, they've added the thing. Wait, now I can change the spacing. Can I? Maybe. Next. It will allow me. Let me see. Activity schedule. I can change the length of the ads to 30 seconds. I can increase I can only increase it up to 1 hour apart. Okay, I've changed the ads so there's a longer distance between them, and they're only 30 seconds. That's the best I can do. I cannot turn them off. The only way to disable them completely is for you to be subscribers. Hey, Papa Bear, how are you? I'm using Chrome. Yeah, built over. You do not see them because you're subscribed. Yeah. Ads will always be shown unless you sub or have Twitch Turbo. I don't have Twitch Turbo. Ad manager to keep them at bay for certain. Yes, it only allows you to slow them down, which I did. I actually said I just changed them so they're only 30 seconds long. And I try to say that it's every hour instead of every 30 minutes. 30 minutes is what they prefer. But every hour I can push it out to that, but I can't go any further than that. So there's no way around it. Sorry. The only way around it is if you subscribe. That's the only way. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can subscribe and it costs you nothing. Amazon pays. Jeff Bezos takes money out of his pocket. Well, not really, but it comes out of Amazon's pocket and goes to the channel. Goes to Twitch. Not me. It goes to Twitch. And then that bypasses the ads for you. That's the only way. There's no easier way to do this. Sorry, I need to clean my glasses. I can't see. Couldn't see. Had to clean my glasses. So the bell printer is starting to look like a bell printer. I need to figure out how to I have to take this part of there is now one thing that is missing, and I need to figure out. There is no part cooling fan on their whole design for their hot end. They excluded a part cooling fan, which is kind of weird. Justin TV. I don't know what Justin TV is. I'm sorry. I'm not from the US. I don't know what Justin TV is. So the hot end gets mounted like on here, like so. But there's no parts cooling fan, and they never designed one. So I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do about that. I have a fan. Maybe if I take the cables back and maybe mount it somewhere, I'll try and figure something out if I can. Do you have to pay extra for the part? Maybe, I don't know. Actually, when I look in their design, there is in the original design there is no part cooling fan. I'll just watch on YouTube. Well, see, so it's ABS printer. Well, maybe at this point, if it doesn't have a part cooling fan or Petchy, you could probably do Petchy. Justin TV was Twitch Dad's basically gaming took off in Justin, so he closed. Oh, okay. But yeah, I'll have to figure out something about a part cooling fan. There is or I said I could do Petchy because most of the time I print Petchy without any cooling fan at all anyway, so it should be okay. Amazon bought Justin TV. Okay. Yeah, see, that was before I came. I like this is probably an old US thing. I'm not from the US, so I probably wouldn't have heard of it. And I wasn't streaming all the way back then. But other than that, it's starting to look like a printer, and I'm happy with it so far. If I can get it printing properly now, I'll get it finalized, the build, and then get it printing, I'll be good. I'm sure I have to do some adjusting once I get it on there, but I think it's okay. I think it'll work out as a belt printer. What's everybody else up to anyway? It's using the Ender 3 hot end, so you can find a lot of cool. Actually, it's not. The Ender 3 bracket, hot end bracket, which is this, right, will not work. And the reason why it won't work is the way you have to mount a hot end on this, you'll have to reorientate the belt, and then you won't be able to mount your motor to drive your X-axis belt. So you actually have to flip everything 90 degrees, and because you have to do that, you cannot use this. And so I can show you the hot end it comes with. The mounting units for the belts are on the side, so you have to mount it upside down on here, and then over that goes this. This sits on there, no brackets, nothing. It just sits on there with your PTFE coming out the top, and your cooling fan for the hot end is here, but there's no part cooling fan. So this sits on here like so, and then your nozzle's down here, and there's no way to cool the nozzle or cool the filament as it comes out of the nozzle, which is kind of weird. But I'll have to do a bit of investigating about what I'm going to do about that. I haven't figured it out yet. It's just not in the design. Maybe I'll give the whole design of this over to Dave Petzel and ask him to come up with something. You can rewind Twitch as well. If you miss something, you can always go back. How fast things move. Now 2014 was decades ago. Yeah, I agree. Okay, you can use a micro Swiss fan mount for the Ender 3 direct drive. Maybe. All right. Well, that's part of Twitch. Hey, Dum Dum, how are you? So yeah, I'm just figuring out what I need to do to get the cabling done on this. I need to extend the Y-axis, which is this stepper motor. I need to extend the Z because it actually mounts down here, and I have to bring it all the way around underneath and mount it over and plug it in down here. I'd have to extend the Y end stop. No, I may not have to. Maybe I'll have to. I may or may not have to do the end stop because the Y end stop is actually gets mounted down here on this frame, or you could even mount it over here on the bottom, because this angle here is your Y axis, and then so you have X, Y, and then your belt is Z. Brave browser that blocks the ads. There's an answer if it blocks the ad. So in the background, it may think it's playing. Okay, give it a check out. Upsmaker. But as I said, you can watch it on YouTube too. I think that'll be fine. It's up to you. I do some on Sunday. On this coming Sunday, that printer unboxing I'll be doing. I'm thinking about just doing YouTube only. To do the live unboxing over on YouTube. I don't know. I might do YouTube and Twitch, but there'll be no on-screen games. I'm not using OBS. I'm bypassing it because OBS, my video quality is really good right now. It looks even fantastic to me. And I can switch cameras over and back on using StreamYard. So without OBS, it means I have to do this though. It means I have to go from here, and I have to manually select a different camera, and there'll be a bit of a blackout while I switch over and back. Yeah. So, and you know what? I'm willing to live with that. If I can't do camera in camera until I get a better computer, I live with it. Because if it means, because OBS and with all of the other add-ons and the virtual camera just kills my computer performance. So I'll just run like this for now, and that'll be it. What time is it? Oh, it's 8 o'clock already. Okay, so what we might do is we just hang out and chat and whatever for till 9, and then at 9 we might go over, or just after 9 we'll go over and rate Chris. But anybody else have any questions? So as I said, my giveaway reminder. On Sunday, when I'm doing my live stream, when my stream is over for the printer build on Sunday, the big 500 by 500 by 600 printer, when that build is done, I'll be giving away a bottle of resin. And if you check out my Facebook page, if you're on Facebook, you go to my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/astroprinter. I have a post there about a giveaway for a Focus Odin 5 F3 printer, which I'm giving away. The closing date is the 13th. The post tells you exactly what countries are covered, but the closing date is the 13th, and on the 16th I will do a live stream and give out the details of the printer. So the 16th is what day is that? That's the Sunday. Yeah, so that's actually, that's Saturday. That's the day before Easter. So Easter is the 17th. So we can do. I'll give out. We'll announce the winner, and that Saturday. I might do it in the afternoon. Actually, I haven't decided yet, but it will be I will do the live stream to do the announcing of the winner. I just need to verify that they're in the right countries, because you have to be in the right country to accept it. It does not ship to Canada. I know that for sure. I have to check whether. Let me just check again. I think it's US, EU, and UK. Let me go to my page. Come on, faster. Let me see here. It is available in US, EU, and UK only. So now, if you have somebody in those countries that you want to ship it to, that's okay. You can enter and have it shipped to somebody, and they can forward it to you, or you just ship it to somebody if you want to donate it to them, like a friend and so on. The Tic Tac, they haven't released a price on it. I'm beta testing it, so it didn't cost me anything, but I put so much time into this. I'd have been better off buying at this point anyway, buying a machine. They said they're starting dev version 2 on this machine to tweak its design. So they kind of use us as guinea pigs, which is fine. But there's still a lot of work to be done, I think. if you can get a different machine, I would go that route. Like if you can get another belt printer, there's other belt printer kits out there that are much easier. This may get to that point, but it's not there yet. It's been a lot of work to get where it is right now. I've had to design my own brackets. I've done a couple of other parts for it because what was on it just wasn't working. So somebody told me, and I don't know if it's true or not, that they're actually going to Kickstarter the kit. But unless they fix all the issues with it, I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole if it's a kit. Now, if they fix all the issues with it and everything is perfect, they have the right belts in there or the right cable extensions, and they have all of this other in and every single bolt you ever need and really good step-by-step instructions, because we had no instructions to build this. Zero. So if they have all of that done, it might be worthwhile doing if you have an Ender 3 or an Ender 3 Pro. But other than that, no, they'd have to do a lot. 3D Professor gets kits too of $100 for a full build. It's a beta. For which machine? Do you know which kit it was? There is a couple of other 3D belt printers and designs out there. I know Ike Moore has what he calls the Ender Bender. It's a 45-degree kit for an Ender. And the ST, and you self-source the parts, but he has links of where to get the parts. There's another one that's else. I can't remember where the other one is, but it's all metal brackets and it's a much easier build. And the build volume I believe it uses the original bed, so the build volume is larger than this because this went down to a smaller bed. And then there is, I know Ike Moore again. He's working on another one right now to do a belt printer. They use this normal bed, but instead of being at a 45-degree, you move the 45 and you go upright. Now, the advantage of that is you cannot print really long parts with that because eventually the part will roll off and it'll cool and it will not adhere to the bed anymore. But what you can do is if you're doing small parts repetitively, like, I don't know, I wanted to print 500 of these. I'll put them on the printer. It'll print the first one. When it's done, it will roll off the bed with the axis upright and then it'll print the next one. The 3D Print Man. Yeah, it's an interesting machine. It's an interesting idea. I'm not sure. It's not ready for prime time yet, but it's a cool concept. But it does need work. I would say it needs, as I said, it needs cable extensions for the power. It needs a ribbon extension cable for the screen. It needs some bracket modifications. It needs a new bracket for this because I designed my own one for this. It needs some modifications to some of the mounting cases underneath. But they have released they have actually released the design files, the step files now on the GitHub. So if you're anyway good at CAD and you want to make some changes to it, they have the step file out there, and then you can export out whatever you need as an STL from whatever CAD software. So the step files are out there right now. They've released them. So if I was doing 500 of these, the vertical Z is great. But if you want to print long, you can't do it with a vertical Z. You have to tilt the Z over and turn it into your Y-axis because your belt then becomes your Z. And if you do that, then you can go longer. I worked with belt printers before and I love their design. It looks strong and yeah, it's pretty strong. I don't know how accurate it is. I have not finished with the build yet. I have still electronics work to do in it, but it's coming along. I like the utility drawer that comes with it. It's a nice idea. It's using space. I need to do a part here. Somebody says there's already somebody designed a part that mounts on here to be the belt scoop, to scoop the part off the belt as they're done. I'll have to go look at that. If not, I'll just design my own one. But all in all, if I get it working and it works and it prints fine, then great, I'll use it. I've never had need for a belt printer until I started doing Toys for Tots. And now I realize I need a belt printer for Toys for Tots because I do the same piece, the same part over and over and over and over and over again on one printer, and then I'll go to another printer. Like during Toys for Tots, all of these are busy. Every printer I have is busy. Well, all the FDM printers. My last year I got 1,000 toys. This year I want to do twice that number if I can. So I'll be down to getting filament and getting setting up multiple machines. But on a machine like this, if the extruder can take it, which it should be, if I mount a spool on bearings, I would probably run a 10 kilo spool, set it up on this, and just let it feed it, and just hit go, and just let it run, and have a box hanging off the end, and then use up that whole 10 kilo. Then maybe change the toy, or maybe do on a belt printer you can do multiple toys. So just do it out to infinity, and it'll just keep printing. Print one of one, then print one of the next, and one of the next, and then start doing it all over again and repeating the process over and over. I'll probably end up doing something like that. That's the only reason why I have a need for a belt printer. I'm not in the cosplay. I have no need to do swords or anything like that. Yeah, for that type of design, but the vertical Z on a belt would actually be ideal for that as well, because if your Z is upright and you have a belt, you can print small parts like an ordinary printer where the bed goes forward and backwards, right? Like a bed slinger. The only difference is it's a belt. So when it's finished, it just rolls forward. Its firmware changes, and then it prints the same part again and rolls forward and continues doing that until eventually it falls off. The advantage of that is you can print faster. On a belt printer, the very first layer for every layer you add, the very first part of that layer is on the bed. So therefore, every layer you're doing on a slice, the first piece of that that's laid down is always going to be a slower print, because it's always going to be laying on the bed first, and you always print slower when you're doing your first layer on the bed. It's just it's just printing a 45. So if I'm printing this cube, the first part of the cube will be layer 1. Then it moves back. The first line it draws for the next layer, because it's doing it at a 45-degree angle, the first line it draws along the bed is going to be layer 1. And then it prints above that. Then the next line, first line it draws for when it moves to the next line is layer 1. And then it prints up above that. And it's always printing layer 1. So there's always a first layer, except when you get past that point and you're printing up here. Now you're no longer layer 1, because you're printing in the air, and you can speed up your print a little bit. But everything else is layer 1. So because you're always doing your first layer, printing on a belt printer is naturally slower. Now, but with a vertical Z, you always do a complete first layer, and then you print normal speed above that, and then the bed just moves on when it's done. It just scrolls forward. So these are by design, they're slower. They have to be, because every layer is a first layer pretty much. Until you get off to print anything printed on the bed, now you're actually printing faster because it's no longer on the bed anymore. Let's see, we have 17 people in there. Cool, 8:28. Anyone have any other? If anyone has any good suggestions about a parts cooling fan, because my hot end is going to be mounted like this, and I have no way to cool parts. You know what I could do? I could modify this. It's sub $200 and Baby Belt. Okay, the Baby Belt is that from Tiny Belt 3D? Is that the one from Tiny Belt, or is that the really small plastic one that was? I mean, they use material on the belt, and it's not heavy nylon like this. Baby Belt 3D. Actually, let me look at that. Baby Belt 3D. Oh, he was on. Yes, I've seen this. It uses really small stepper motors and so on. I've seen that. He was actually on my stream not long ago. He hung out with us, and he showed his printer. That's really small. Yeah, and its belt area is only about the size. It's about the size of your palm of your hand at most, even less. Maybe the size of the back of your hand is all your print volume is on that. But yeah, I've seen that one. Hey, Print Bron, how are you? or printer prime, forgive me. So I was thinking, if I take this design, because my nozzle's here, if I 3D print a part that comes out of here, a duct that points down towards the nozzle, that's all I need, right? To cool my part. Just add it on to extend this here. So when I put the nozzle on here, extend the part that comes out of here. But that will, but I have the problem there is I will be decreasing the airflow here. So I may have to upgrade the fan to a higher CFM fan here to be able to deal with both. Not bad, not good, not but not bad. Oh, okay. Design prototype test, talk about it. Yeah. So that's what, so maybe if I had a much higher CFM fan here, I could actually port a duct coming out of here that narrows down to a point that points at my nozzle. I'd have to measure the distance and the angle, but I could probably do that here to get some airflow into my nozzle. That might work. Or mount something on here, like the fan, normal fan. Mount that fan on the back of this, so it actually blows down this direction. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. But as it stands, there is none. There is no parts cooling fan on this machine. So, oh, thank you, DRL. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Follows are free. If you haven't already done so, please do so. So, just a reminder, because we've got a few people who've joined since. I will be doing a printer build. I'll be on and off throughout the week, like just doing this in the evenings. I'll probably be here tomorrow evening too, but I'll be doing a printer build, a live unboxing and printer build on Sunday at 11 a.m. US Eastern. It's a 500 by 500 by 600 printer. So it's a big printer. So I'll have to clear all this mess off to put the printer up there. I may even have to move my camera further back to be able to see the whole area, or move my screen. I have a big screen here. I may have to move that screen. And at the end of that stream, I'll be giving away a bottle of 500 milliliter bottle of resin. And then on my Facebook, which is facebook.com/astroprinter, you will find on my Facebook, you will find a post there about a Focus Odin 5 F3 printer giveaway, which you can't see it now because this is in the way, but I have one. I have one of those printers back there. It's a great machine. I'll be doing a giveaway of that. It's space related, so you have to 3D print something that's space related. And by doing so, on the 13th is the closing date. On the 16th, I'll do a live stream, and on that live stream, we will announce the winners, or the winner, which is going to be one. So that will be happening on the 16th. I'll announce the winner, which is the day before Easter. It's a Saturday. And then I have to verify yet, but I think next Wednesday in my Hangout as well, which is 7 p.m. US Eastern, I'll be giving away a spool of filament at that one. But I won't even confirm that yet. If not next week, it'll be the week after. But I'm not sure if I can get every week. I was told it might be every 2 weeks, but I need to verify. So what else is going on, guys? What are you up to? Any of you guys working on any cool, fun projects? This has been fun. Frustrating, but fun. That other big printer, I don't know where I'm going to put it. I'll have to build a box for it. Let me put this out of the way temporarily. Get the drawer out of it first, so I can actually stand it somewhere with the cables up out of the way. Give me a second, guys. Oh. So I'll just move that out of the way. Hey, Wesley, did you get your board yet? For the replacement board? Oh, just let me bring over that printer again. Let me see anyone who hasn't seen it. On Sunday morning, I'm going to be building this in 75% done printing the part for the NR3 Pro to Voron. Oh, I didn't look at that. I didn't look at that one. You better send me some details. So on Sunday morning, I'm gonna be building this. I lift it one last time. This is a 500 by 500 by 600 printer. Yeah, I definitely have to move the. Oh, just came in. Okay, I'll definitely have to move my camera back because even in my wide field view, it will the printer won't fit in the view. So yeah, this is a big beast. And we're going to build this on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. US Eastern. It'll be a fun build, I'm assuming, and hoping it works. I haven't seen many I don't think anybody in the US has built one of these before, or even in Europe. I only know of one person. I've only ever seen one person building this machine, and even then, he didn't have issues with the build. He had what he was doing wasn't great. So we're going to do this beast. Wow, this is. I'm worried that this is almost going to touch my ceiling. I have a little bit over that amount of space between the top of this and. So I don't know where the spool is going to go, but if the spool goes on top of the Z-axis, I got nowhere to put it. So this is going to be built Sunday morning. Make sure you tune in on Sunday, guys, for that. That should be a fun build. Okay, I'm taking this down. I can't hide behind it anymore. I'm sure the guys at UPS, when they delivered this to the house this morning, even though I had a video camera and I didn't hear it, I'm pretty sure under his breath, or at least in his mind, he was cursing and swearing at me that he had to haul this up to my house. I know I would be if I had to haul it. And they carried it, I believe. I believe he carried it in his hands. So yeah, that'll be a fun build on Sunday morning. And that's big enough, and that's big enough to print a full-size R2D2. I can do the parts, the whole body of the R2D2 in one piece. I'll probably need about 4 spools of filament, but I'm going to up the nozzle size. Like a big printer that size with a 0.4 millimeter nozzle is just a waste. So I'm going to upgrade I will go to a 0.8. And maybe if I come across a volcano hot end for that, maybe I'll go with a volcano hot end on it and then go to a 1 millimeter. But that's in the future. Actually, that might not be a bad machine to put in my H2O. I don't have the cooling system for the H2O, but it might not be a bad machine for a direct drive H2O. Did you hear what? Why? What the Wesleys do? Did I miss something here, Chris? Yeah. Okay. So it wasn't just me then. Okay. So Chris, you have to explain what you mean. What did we miss? Oh, she's wanting to build an R2D2. Oh, and this machine is under $800. It's a 5, and now I don't know how good it is. We'll find out the weekend, and I'll do a lot of testing on it. But it's less than $800, and it's a huge machine. I believe it's less than $800. So if it prints and it prints well, you slice a medium size one. Oh yeah, but no, this thing is. This is definitely going to get a 0.8 millimeter nozzle minimum because I think it has an ordinary MK8 hot end on it, and I have nozzles for an MK8 hot end. If not, a volcano hot end will probably be good. And if I do a volcano hot end into it, if I do get a volcano hot end, a 1 millimeter nozzle would probably be the norm. Is what I'll probably use in it. The same layer heights, like do a 0.2 layer just with a 1 millimeter nozzle, so you can do less walls. So like with 2 passes around the brim, you got a 2 mm wall. So that's all you need. Instead of actually doing at a 0.4, you have to do so many passes. It's just crazy, and it'll take way longer to print. So same layers, but just wide because your walls are wider. You have less work to do when you're doing it. But that is coming Sunday morning, guys. And yeah, I'll have to get a bag and get all of my, excuse the word, crap on my table here and scoop it all into a bag or a box somewhere and make all the space I have, because the only operating space I'm going to have available is this size. The rest of it will be printer. Yes, but yes, the part is in, but I have to pick a small screwdriver tomorrow. Oh, okay. To take out the bed, I think the bed is in with hex keys, hex wrenches. Check. I don't know why you need the screwdriver. Oh, for the wiring. Yes, sorry, I forgot about the wiring. Yes, you will need a small screwdriver for the wiring. I totally forgot they're flathead screwdrivers and they're small. Yeah, I totally forgot about the wiring. I was thinking about the board and I was thinking, yeah, but I just did the on that machine actually. On that belt printer the other day on stream. I did the furls on that because it's a Crowley. The old Crowleys never had furls on them. I don't know. I'm not sure if the new ones do, but the old ones definitely didn't. Oh, Shannon says hello. Hi, Shannon. She's welcome to come in if she wants to come join. We're going to be here for about 20 more minutes, or 25 minutes. Oh, you're on the phone with her and she's listening? Okay, so we can make faces at Shannon and she won't even know we're doing it? She's moving there, isn't she? She's planning to move there. If you haven't checked out Shannon, S Rona, was it 98? Is it S Rona 98? I think. Shannon, she does cosplay stuff. Like she's done a really cool Iron Man outfit. It was really cool. Yeah, I know. I'm drinking smart water. It's not working. I'm trying, but it's not working. S Ronan 85. Okay. Couldn't remember the last two numbers. So yeah, so she does a lot of cosplay stuff. It's cool stuff. She does a lot of sanding in her living room, which not recommended, but yeah, she does. Tuesdays and Saturdays. Okay. Oh, that's late, but it's late Tuesday night and late Saturday night. It's not during the day. She does it late. And Shannon, if you don't know, Shannon is the new. Hey, Tom, how are you, sir? Astro Canuck. If you're interested, if you like astronomy or Lego builds, Astro Canuck is really cool. He does live photography. So, given the clear skies, he'll have his telescope and camera out, and he'll do live stacking of imaging. And he's in Canada. Have you seen any of the aurora? We had clouds last night, and we have clouds right now too, and we had rain. But have you seen any of the aurora from last night? And maybe even are you planning to look tonight? Because we are under you got clouds there too. That's a bummer because you're in the right spot for it too. Just in case anyone has clear skies, if you're in the northern states, last night and tonight, and maybe even tomorrow night, there is a G1.2 solar storm that's going on, and it is creating a lot of northern lights, aurora borealis. So if you've never seen them and you're in a place with fairly dark skies, or darker the better, find somewhere with clear views to the north if you're in the northern states and go out and look. Because if you have never seen the northern lights, it's awesome to watch, right? But if you have, but you have to be in the northern states, and you have to have a fairly long, clear view to the north, unless you're living in the center of the back of nowhere in Canada. And if you're up there, then you can see a lot. Ooh, 100-kilometer-an-hour winds. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we had winds too this morning. Actually, it was so loud this morning, the winds. One gust of wind hit the south-facing wall of my house. In my bedroom, the the bed is actually up against the south wall of the house, and it hit it so hard, my siding suddenly moved, and I mean, it was loud. It woke me up, and I don't know how it was blowing, like how the wind was throughout the night, but at 4 o'clock this morning, I heard this crack sound, and and then I heard a wind. I thought it tore the siding off. It actually only pushed the siding, and with force smacked it up against the framing, so it was really loud. We had one screen pop off. Oh, yeah, and that was the only time. But it was really strong this morning. But it's died off and off. It's breezy now, but it's nothing like it was last night or this morning, early this morning. So it's probably like we had gusts of up to 50 miles an hour. I think 50 or 60 miles an hour. But I think that was a sudden microburst. It was much stronger, I'm guessing, because the rest of the wind didn't sound that loud all day. I had no screens pop off or anything like that, but yeah, that's pretty violent, pretty strong weather. But if the skies do clear and the wind does die down, it'd be a good time to get out there. Yeah, if it's clear tomorrow night, you should. Now, most northern lights to the human eye will look like white clouds waving, but they won't move like a cloud. They look stagnant in the sky, but they're kind of like this over time. They'll kind of wave, because the most common aurora is white. On a camera will see other colors because the camera is more sensitive, and this is super strong solar storm, and then you will see other colors like some greens. Reds are more common than greens, because red is activated in the higher atmosphere, and in greens, if it's really strong storm, the ions in the atmosphere, the gases are excited lower down, and you get greens. Drink some more of that smart water. Yeah, it's not working. I've been drinking it. It's not working. Maybe the water is smart, and I'm just a dumb one. Maybe it doesn't transfer, I'm guessing. Yep, not working. Thanks for the idea, but not working. We should change it to dumb water. Or dummy water for me, the dummy, drinking it. But no, it should be fun though. So the different colors are based on the gases in the different parts of the atmosphere, and they're excited by the charged particles coming from the sun. So what else is going on? Oh, you haven't seen my belt printer, Astro Canuck, have you? Let me show you the belt printer while you're there. I know you were asking about it the other day. It's not finished yet, but it's a work in progress. So this is the one I'm building. So your print head will mount here and it'll move left to right on the x-axis, and this is the y-axis. The belts are not tightened up yet, and in the belt here, the conveyor belt is the Z. So it prints on the belt, and the belt just keeps rolling forward, and then each layer is at 45 degrees instead of being flat. It's at 45 degrees. The way the aurora coming in is just misses central Ontario. Well, it moves as the Earth rotates. It moves because it's always the opposite direction of the sun. So the opposite. So the more opposite you are to the sun, the more it affects. So that's why after midnight is the best time to see it, and based on your position with the sun, right, and obviously Earth's tilt, that's going to impact it a little bit. So yeah, this is it's been fun and painful at the same time. And then on Sunday, on my stream, I'm printing a monster big printer that's going to take over this whole desk. It's 500 millimeters by 500 millimeters by 600 millimeters tall of print area. So that'll be a fun print. And I'm also in the process. I have a giveaway running right now, competition to give away a printer, a 3D printer. I'm sorry, Canada's not included. It's only US, UK, and EU. That's all. That's where the company ships to. So got a couple of entries actually for that. Let's see how that looks. Let's have a look. See how many people have entered. I think 6 or 8 people have already done it. Let me see how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I have 18 entries already, and I only announced it a few days ago, so that's not bad. Well, which one, the big printer or the belt printer? The belt printer is not treating me well. I'm fighting it all the way because it's a half thought out idea, admittedly, right? It was half thought out. Not all the details were fully planned, and it needs some modification. And so it's a slow process getting there, but we're getting there. But the other big printer is if it prints decent quality at all. I already have a job for it. I've done smaller. I have it here. I've done some smaller RC units. This is a small RC unit. I call this my R2 Beater 2. And the reason I call it an R2 Beater 2 is because you can put two cans in here, and on the remote control, you can open the lid and push another button, and it actually lifts the can up out of it, so you can take the can out of there. The head rotates, the arms move, and it's on tracks, and it's fully remote control, and it works. So that's my R2 Beater 2, and I'm with the bigger printer, I can do. I'm planning to at some point to start, and it's going to take a long time. Do full size, which is 4 foot, which is 4.5 feet tall, which is about 1.5 meters tall. A full size R2D2. So all the electronics for this are in here. But I do, yeah. So at some point I will do a full size R2D2. And I need that printer because a full size R2D2 is about 450, I think, at 400 wide. So that you need a really large printer for that. So I'll get there. That'll be a slow build and a lot of work, and electronics is a lot of work on that. So I'm guessing it'll probably take about 1.5 to 2 years if I have the material. Oh, we're getting bigger and bigger lightsabers. Make sure you use those lightsabers because we'll raid Chris Mink in a small while, or Chris Perillo, because Chris Mink is not streaming at the moment, I don't believe, and we'll raid Chris Perillo in a while. Unless there's somebody else on that we should be raiding. Yeah, so check out Astro Canuck, guys. You're not streaming tonight. When are you next streaming, Tom? I'm not sure when you're streaming next. You have a pretty good schedule, is it? Or tomorrow? Okay, so he's going to stream tomorrow night. So you should check out and follow Astro Canuck, because if there is clear skies, you may very well get to see Northern Lights if these skies are clear tomorrow night. Because he's that far north. All you need is a good clear view as far as you can to the north. Some of it might be low, and there might only be color in the distance. But if the storm is going, like they've seen, Minnesota and so on have actually seen aurora last night. So the chances are decent if you've got good clear skies. But they normally kick in around midnight, and from midnight forward is when you often see them. So, anything else going on? Nothing special happening? Nobody? It's true. No, you have a good channel. I like your channel. It's fun. Oh yeah, if you can, and if you had a color astro imaging camera that can be focused, that'd be good because it's more sensitive to the colors. Like the human eye is really sensitive to green, not really sensitive to red. Because when you look at a fire truck, you only see about 10% of the red light coming off a fire truck, whereas an unfiltered camera without any filters over the chip, without the bearing layer on the chip, you will actually see an awful lot more. The reds gets really, really bright. So, and if you want to see the reds, which are kind of upper atmosphere, you need to an astro imaging camera or one without the bearing layer is better, a color one, not a color one, but without the bearing layer, or a general camera though would be more sensitive. You'd have to do longer exposures, timed exposures, and it will pick it up better. And then unless it's really strong, does a human eye see all the colors? But a camera will pick stuff up way easier than the human eye will. You need 10 of them, not one. You always need 10. Never buy one of anything, but you have to. You must remember, right? You're into astronomy and science, and if you ever look at groups like NASA and all these other research institutes, they never build one of anything. They always get 2 or 3 or 10 of something, right? So never buy one of something, buy multiples. So you tell her that that's the way NASA does it, and you want to do it like NASA does. And don't blame me, because I'm not going to have her calling me, yelling at me. Okay. 10. I need 10. That's the way you go. Yep. Then you can put them on a table and have them all running off one controller, and you can take 360-degree images. So wherever the aurora turns up, you get them from all directions. I've known guys who've done that. Now I'm giving him food for thought. Now he's definitely going to get in trouble. So let's see. Chris is not live yet because he doesn't go live till after 9, and he has a 5-minute run-in before he actually goes live. So anything else going on, guys? Anyone have any fun projects? No? Nothing interesting happening? I just noticed one of those colors actually flickers in the background. Its frequency is the same frequency as a refresh rate as a camera. Every now and again you see one color. See that there? The blue. When the blue goes off, it stops. Interesting. Okay, let's go over and see who's online for we'll get planned and get ready for the raid. So Subsector is doing a giveaway right now. Well, she's probably halfway through it. Is anybody watching Subsector right now? Do you know how far she is through her giveaway? She's giving away some spools of filament. She's giving away a T-shirt. She's giving away a Twitch gift card. Oh yeah, no, because as a maker, projects run all year long. We 3D print all winter. We don't do as much painting. Like if you're doing hand painting, you'll do and I don't do painting. But if you're doing hand painting, you will do them during you can do that indoors. But if you're doing some rattle can stuff, you have to go outside, and if it's cold, it won't cure. So it won't harden. So a lot of people they'll do hand painted stuff and so on during the winter, or just print. And then in the spring, when it gets warmer, they'll actually do all that paint work and so on the outside. So yeah, we never stop. So these are some of my printers back there, and I have some lasers over here as well. I have more lasers here. And I have it set up so I can actually, I have this enclosure that you see right here. Inside there, I can put my lasers or my resin printers, and then I can do a fume extraction out the window, which is right here. So I have a vent going from here that I can put into the window, and it will extract all the fumes. So I don't worry about smoke or anything like that when I'm doing laser engraving or working on resins during the winter. But I will not rattle can or anything like that inside in the house. That's a spring only job. Well, yeah, and then we're starting our astronomy events. Actually, my astronomy club is starting our public events next month. We're starting back into our public events in early next month. We do it on the Saturday closest to the first quarter moon is what we do. We go out and we set up telescopes. So I'll bring out the big Dob, the big 20-inch Dob that I have, the Obsession. And that's always a crowd pleaser. People like the really big telescopes. I have to set everything up and do make sure everything's tuned on it beforehand. But that's always a fun crowd pleaser. If you haven't seen some of my scopes, check out my YouTube. I actually on my YouTube, the Astropreneur YouTube, there is a short video there, and I give people a quick tour. I set up all my telescopes on my driveway, and it's not a lot of mounts, but there are different scope heads that go on them, and the big Dob is there as well, so you get to see the big Dob. But and my Losmandy mount is there as well for imaging. You'll see that, and I have two scopes that I switch over and back, either an SCT or a refractor, an Apple refractor. So let's see if Chris is live yet. Is he? He is not live yet. Let's see, Ray channel. Nope, he is not up yet. Paleontologizing is on, but unless you want to go over and watch him and talk about dinosaurs and dinosaur bones, which is what he does. If you haven't followed him, he's actually good. But he's a paleontologist, and he actually talks about and takes questions and answers questions all about dinosaurs and so on. It's kind of cool. The Apprentice, how are you? Lone Mountain Knife Co. What is he doing right now? He's making knives, isn't he? Is he working on the forge, or what is he doing right now? Since you're watching him, Astro Canuck. I don't follow him. I've seen him, but I haven't. I don't think I've ever been on a stream with him. So, what's happening, The Apprentice? What are you working on? We got about 5 minutes before we jump over, before you raid somebody. So, what's everybody working on? Yeah, I did a bit of work on my belt printer, but I've stopped. I'm just chatting now. Yeah. Oh, he's doing some forging. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting into that. I have a smelter. Oh, you're moving. Oh, okay. I have a small smelting forge, a gas-powered smelting forge. It'll do like copper and gold, silver, aluminum, and stuff like that. Softer metals. I don't think it'll do steel. I don't think it'll reach enough temperature for steel. But it's a small little smelter. And I was going to, because I do a lot of 3D printing of stuff for my telescopes, but I was thinking of taking that to the next level and 3D print them with very thin walls, and then do lossless casting, where I actually print and make a mold, a cast around the 3D printed part. And I can either bake the 3D printed part to burn out the plastic, or if I make the walls really, really, really thin, pouring in molten aluminum will actually melt away. If I do a single layer wall, which is 0.4 of a millimeter layer wall, which is what's called vase mode or spiralized outer contour mode. If I print it like that and pour the aluminum, the sides of it will just melt. It will just melt away. It'll just disappear because of hot aluminum. It'll burn off. So I've been thinking about doing that. Since I have the mini forge, I could probably do something along those lines. So if do you want to? What do you think, guys? Do you want to go over to the Lone Mountain Knife Company? Let me see. I'm not following him on Twitch. So let me go over to Twitch first, and then let me follow him. Let me find him first of all. Chris is not. Oh, Chris is live now, but he's on the 5-minute countdown. Sitar Brit is just chatting and hanging out. Big Jano is on. Lone Mountain Knife Co. Let's see what he's up to. I'm going to mute him because we don't want any of their feedback. And I'm going to get the ads when I first go to his channel, as always. Okay, let's see when it goes in. So who do you want to go to, guys? Do you want to go to Subsector, who's probably wrapping up her giveaway right now? Big Jano, who's got 7. Britt is on, she's got 1. Chris Caprillo is in his 5-minute countdown. I'm probably about to go live now. He's got 2 people on, but that will really ramp up soon. We're going to Lone Mountain Knife Co., who has 30 people watching, and he's actually doing he's actually grinding a blade a knife he's after building. So where do you want to go, guys? Let me know. I'll raid wherever you think is good, wherever you want to be. If you want to be over in Chris, we can raid Chris. If you want to keep on the Maker theme, Chris or Lone Mountain. I don't know how long Lone Mountain will be on more, but Chris is just starting and he'll be on for the next 2 to 3 hours. Lone Mountain has been on for, he doesn't say how long he's been running for. So what do you want to do, guys? Any input? Nobody? Because if nobody gives me input, I'm just going to go over to Chris Perillo. Nobody making a decision. Okay, so if nobody makes a decision, I'll go to raid Chris Perillo, because he's got a good channel. If you're into Star Wars, serious Star Wars nerd. He knows all about Star Wars. You're good with either, okay. So Chris, I like Chris. Yeah, okay. Wesley says raid Chris. Okay, so let's go over. Let's get that set up then. I'm going to leave Lone Mountain up in the background because I want to go follow him. I haven't done that yet, and I need to. Raid channel. Chris Perillo. Why is he not listed there? Chris Perillo. There he is. Click. He's not live though. He still says starting soon. Wesley, is he still saying starting soon? Oh, okay. So let me see here. Is he? I see. Happy to follow the raid. Okay. So Chris looks like he may still be in the starting soon mode. If he is, that's okay. Well, I suppose we can go over. He'll be starting any moment anyway. Let's kick off the raid, and we head over to Chris Perillo. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me. It's fun as always. Welcome, Tom. I know you've been in once or twice, but it was nice to have a chat with you online. And to everybody else, head over to Chris. Follow him if you haven't done so already. Chris is a nice guy. He does some 3D printing. He does a lot of Star Wars stuff. He always 3D prints Star Wars stuff. Yeah, he's got an amazing Star Wars collection of figurines and everything else around it. So head over there. Thank you, and let's raid. Wesley, you're whispering me. Great. And ready in raid now. 6 people. Okay, cool. Thank you, guys. Did everyone move over? I think they did. I'm hosting Chris Perillo. Okay, it looks like it went. Okay, cool.